this is new. Hey everybody, how you doing? You sitting at home comfortably? I hope so. So, we got something new today, a different type of video, and it is an unboxing. Very strange, I know, because I wasn't even originally planning on doing one. I'll get back to that in a bit. So what do we got here in the box? Well, we mainly got here the Nintendo Switch Collector's Edition of the Ori games, both of them from Iam8bit.com. When they announced this back in September, me, being a big Ori fan, was pretty much Collector's Edition of Ori the Will of the Wisps that also includes Ori the Blind Forest. By the sweet goddess of Amaterasu, I shall not miss this! And that's that. And because of the fact that I missed out on the Xbox One, even though I don't have an Xbox, but I love Ori a lot, so of course I was going to get it, but I didn't, because I didn't have the money back then. I just didn't do it. I wasn't missing out on this one. Now then, I know what some of you are thinking.
What's in the box?
Well, let's find out. I was going to take this off. My phone here, so I can record me opening this in real time. As you probably guessed by the way I'm talking, I don't have a script for this because, honestly, what better way than show that your reaction is authentic than not having a script. As I said, don't be dumb with scissors like I am. Okay. As I said, I wasn't originally going to do an unboxing video. So, why am I? It's mainly because when these packages were delayed because of COVID, which is understandable, in my excitement, I decided to basically rewatch the trailer and just take a look at what I was getting. But then that's when I started to ask myself, like, is it really worth the price they're setting it as? Well, let's find out. Okay. So we got basically the order stuff, which I can't show because address and shit. But here it is, the box. I'm going to have to put my phone down now because there is no way I'll be able to do this all one-handed. There's just no way. At all. Alrighty. Oh, there's supposed to be some extra goodies or something. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got a nice little sticker right here. Now, honestly, I don't mind stickers. You know, they're not like big deals, but they're okay. And we got. What is this? What? I was not expecting this. As I said, this is not scripted, so you're getting my reaction very authentically. Am I looking at the blueprints to the cube from the movie Cube? Okay, it's actually, are these soundtracks? Or like collector's edition stuff? Yeah, this is basically a list of collector stuff. Okay. Celebrating over years of vinyl soundtracks. Oh yeah, that's right, I checked Iam8bit's website and they sell vinyls. So, honestly, that alone is pretty cool, and I would definitely have to see if they're still selling the Ori ones, along with some other stuff. And we got another one. Is it the same thing again? It's the same thing. 2 for the price of 1, I guess. Let's move that out of the way. Alright, here we have, ooh, bubble wrap. If you get bubble wrap, it is your duty to pop it. No exceptions. But here we are. We have it. The box set for the Nintendo Switch Collector's Edition of the Ori games. Overall, I gotta say, this box set looks pretty cool. I mean, well, first let's get rid of this. Oh yeah. This is already, like, making me rethink my doubts about the price because, oh boy, this is actually a pretty cool box. Like you would have to, like, feel this. Because literally, the design alone, like, is just super cool because it's based off on the menu from Ori and the Will the Wisp, but also combines the, Ooh boy, we got ourselves a little crack here. Oh no. Well, I'm pretty sure. Oh boy. Anyway, as I was saying, it based off, but also does some for Ori and the Blind Forest. So it's pretty cool that it went both ways. In fact, overall, I do want to give a shout out to iam8bit.com for doing the collector's edition not only just for Will the Wisp, but also for the Blind Forest, because that was the first game that came out, and you got to do that one justice. Opening it up is pretty cool. This has definitely got some. Oh, it even magnetizes. Okay, but be careful on the back. Definitely. Oh, there's even a little flip here. Okay, so definitely not something you can just open and close all together, but there's even a little bit of a magnet right here in the middle. That's cool. But now let's open it up, see what we got. Ah, look at this beauty. Oh, okay, this is cool. This is pretty cool. What we got here is a stained glass picture of Ori. This is definitely going to the price being what it was, and me going, yeah, this is pretty cool. This is definitely some top-notch stuff. Not only does it look cool, not only does it something you can hang it up with, but man, it looks really good when you hold it up to the light. So let's put that to the side. Be very careful with you. And here we got next up item on our list, this little box with a sketchbook and, in fact, a mini sketchbook, and I believe this comes with some pictures. Open! Okay, there we go. Alright, open sesame. Let's take a look at the books first. Okay, and here we have the Art of Ori sketchbook and the Flora and Fauna of Ori field guide. These are very tiny books, but I gotta say I am liking the material for this. This definitely is not, like, cheap. Like, this doesn't feel cheap, and even though that it's tiny, I personally prefer the big one, the big sketchbooks. I am enjoying this because it's honestly kind of adorable with how small it is, especially because Ori himself, or themselves, are a small creature, so it fits toe and toe. Definitely pretty cool. Though I will admit, this is starting to make me wonder about the price, because while this is cool, it's kind of tiny. But it does fit. It does fit the aesthetics. Alright, and the front, alright, and the field guide, which basically talks about the different types of plants and creatures you meet along the way, which that is pretty cool. Definitely helps with the immersion with the world. Definitely like saying, hey, this is how this works. This is like, yeah, so definitely a nice addition. Very nice addition. And then, of course, we've got what's in here, the rest of it. So let's take a look. Okay. Alright, there's quite a lot in here, so it took a while to get out. Now then, what we got here are little pictures from the game, from certain events. And right off the bat, I do want to point this out, the fabric on this is nice. Definitely not like regular paper. This is definitely some photo quality stuff, so. And already it's showing off like the cool art style of the game, so that alone is definitely making this really nice to look at. Yeah, honestly, it just reminds me of how well the graphics are in those games, because seriously, like the art style of the game is not only unique, but definitely I don't think anything could top it in the same field as it. So well, that's more or less a good thing on the game rather than this. We'll get back to this in a bit. And now we move on to the pin. Now, when it comes to pins, I'm kind of so on them. I do like them and I do collect them. Yeah, but overall, it's not a necessary thing. Though that being said, this is a cool pin. And if I remember correctly, this, or the box, or hopefully both, glow in the dark. So that alone, pretty cool. Especially for a pin. Alright, and then we have the reason we all bought this in the first place. The games. For starters, we have Ori and the Will of the Wisp first. Definitely a neat. Alright, let's get this open. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Let me tell you, when I first saw, hey, Ori and the Ori games are going to get physical copies on the Nintendo Switch. Hey, I got the Nintendo Switch. I love the games, and I prefer physical over digital. So, hell yeah. Even though the Ori games are literally one of the few exceptions I make to playing it on PC, because I'm more console than PC. Alright. Definitely the box art is reminiscent of that silhouette with something going on within said silhouettes. Alright, the box got the features, definitely got the pictures, overrun by text, which is sadly the way they're made nowadays. And in the inside, alright, oh, and we have a card for the soundtrack. Oh yeah, that's right, this does come with the soundtrack. Alright. Yep, so right. I'll see about downloading that because not aside from the graphics and the gameplay, Ori has some of the best music in video gaming. We're not saying like top 10, but definitely top 15. Like holy cow, that is good. Hell, it could even break the top 10, but not top 5. Don't get me wrong, I love the games, but I will say that their games are there with better soundtracks. Still good though. Alright then, ooh. I am loving what they have as the inside box art. This is definitely, like, good choice, good choice. There's the adorable little cartridge. Alright, there we are. Put that to the side. And then we have where it all started from. Ori and the Blind Forest. This takes me back. In fact, while I'm opening this, I do want to reminisce on why it is I became a fan of the games. My friend in Germany, LupiArts, basically told me about the game, and when she told me how much she loved it, I thought, hey, I may get it if it's on Steam, and it was. And to quote Video Game Donkey when he listed in the top 10 best games of 2016, once you pick it up, putting it down is near impossible. And I can agree with that. Every time I pick up the games to play them, it's so hard for me to put it down and stop playing. Alright, got the same box, got the same type of art here. Yep, and it's the definitive edition, so that's good. It'd be kind of weird to have a standard edition. Alright, original soundtrack. Alright, that's pretty cool. Alright, and the box art for this one is definitely not as well chosen as with the other one, but it's still cool nonetheless, because there we see the big tree, adorable little cartridge. All is all. Now, as an Ori fan, I do have to say this is pretty cool. This is definitely a nice little collector's edition set to have, especially for fans like me who are wanting to have it on physical copies. Well, if I remember correctly, there is supposed to be one for Xbox and PC and PlayStation 4. I think I'll have to double check that. So it is nice to have, and overall I am happy to have something Ori related in my collection. However, I do have some criticisms, mainly the price of it. For you see, let's actually take a look at what's in the box. For starters, we have the stained glass picture. That alone definitely helps, along with the cool box. Though, because of the fact that I got a crack, or maybe that's like a sticky string or something, I have to check. Editing me, tell me what it actually is. Okay, thank you. That definitely makes me think that it could have been made of like a little sturdier material. Alright, and then we have the little art books, the art book and the field guide, which, while indeed cool and adorably cute... What are you doing? What are you doing, Muffin? What are you doing messing with my set? I'm trying to do an unboxing video. Unboxing, because that's what the kids do nowadays. While these books are pretty cool and neat, due to the fact that they are kind of tiny and limited, it's definitely making me question the price a little bit. Mainly because of the fact that, again, which one would you rather have? Would you have these little books, or that really cool Ori art book that's pretty wide and has a lot more stuff in it? Just saying. Then we have the games, basically standard, nothing like super cool. Like nothing, you don't have to have it super polished, like really cool box art, or like sturdy material. Though I will admit, the fact that if I remember correctly, the Xbox collector's edition that came out for World of Wisps had a steelbook case, so while that's cool, however, I would argue that the box alone definitely makes it pretty cool. Though let's also take into consider how much the games cost, because after double checking, they are not at the $60 mark. They're roughly around $35 to $20. If I'm wrong in my math there, editor me, please put it on the screen, how much they actually cost. And the pin, while definitely pretty cool, I gotta say, like, it's hard to put into words. I'll definitely tell up in my summary about why my criticisms I think are valid for this. And then we come down to, I think, the main problem with it. These. Now, what are wrong with these? Not so much that it's the material or just the idea of, hey, here's some really cool parts from the game. And while I do compliment them on having like these, like to have very powerful moments from the game, it all comes down to what they are. These are screenshots. That's literally what they are. These are just screenshots from the game. Like, there's nothing like super special, like any original art, or like, hey, here's some ideas of what could have happened, different versions of what these characters could have looked like. These are just screenshots from the games. And while I will, again, say that they picked important moments from the games, that alone is pretty cool. And on further inspection, the borders on it are not plain white. They definitely have that cool rust feel to them. So I gotta give them points for that. Some of these are just random screenshots of gameplay. And don't get me wrong, like as I said, the graphics alone are amazing for the Ori games, but the term, holy shit, this looks cool, I would frame every piece of this on my wall, is an exaggeration of, hey, these visuals are pretty good. I mean, it just seems weird to me. Again, like, I'm not like saying like the material was bad, but just the overall, the contents of it, screenshots, which you can easily do on the Nintendo Switch with a simple button, or just have someone play it for you on YouTube and just screenshot it. using the home button and the turn off button on your iPhone, or something else on a computer, and then just print on some nice material and you're done. It just seems weird, and it's definitely the weakest point of this. But that combined with the $30 of the games, both of them combined, which roughly adds to like $60 or $70 altogether if we include tax, the tiny books, and again, really nice glass frame here, and with the pin and digital soundtrack codes, and a nice box, but definitely not the sturdiest thing out there, how much do you think this cost? Editor me, how much did it cost? Yeah. Honestly, just putting that all together in perspective, I don't think it should have cost that much on retrospective. In my opinion, this thing should have cost roughly around, like, at the most $100, just at the most. Tax and shipping included, of course. But overall, 100, or hell, I'll even go with 110. It's because overall, it's just the contents alone could have been more. Like, imagine if they could have included like the big book, but just like in a skinny form. Imagine, and how about this? Definitely have like one small books, but have it be like Ori's notebook. Imagine if, like, basically have Ori, the character, write their thoughts down in a book. Wouldn't that be pretty cool? Hey, here's our insight into this character. That'd be pretty dope. And also, instead of the screenshots, why not have like a contest or something? You know, basically go, hey artists, like some of you are like fans of Ori, and some of you are artists. How about you draw some fan art and we'll put it in the box set. You know, most voted gets in. In my opinion, that would have been pretty cool. You know, give some independent artists the chance to shine, and definitely give it a little more worth than just screenshots. And granted, you could say that, oh, you know, we just could have looked it up online and just printed out a nice material. But again, art that made exclusively for the box set and in a nice material, rather than posting original art. Hell, back to my friend LupiArts, who did 2 gorgeous drawings of both games. I'm pretty sure some of y'all would really like to have that on your wall, because that's pretty cool. In fact, why make it so small? Make it posters. We saw in the box, they're able to do that, so why not? Overall, I gotta say that while I am happy that I finally have something Ori related in my house, I do think it could have been much more. I do think they could have gone a little further with the possibilities. So, would I recommend this to anyone? If you're looking to get into the games just on their own, definitely no. You can pick up physical copies of the Ori games on Nintendo Switch at GameStop, or find them online for any other console. For hardcore Ori fans, there is always the Xbox Collector's Edition. Even if you don't have an Xbox, I do say, if you're an Ori fan, that's a must-have, even if you don't got an Xbox. But then again, if something in this box set did interest you, whether it be the games with, you know, the neat, unique art, the codes to get the soundtrack on digital, the pin, the glass frame, which is pretty cool, or the box itself, because while, again, something seems to have gone wrong in the packaging department there, it is a nice box, and I will put it up in my room to say, hey, look what I got. I got this nice Ori box. So yeah, those are my overall thoughts on it. I am happy I have it, though looking at the possibilities of what it could have been, it does seem like I spent a little too much money on this, more than what it should have been. My cats are doing something right now.